Hmm. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Icked Mel. Welcome back. And major update. I just got back in the house, and they're saying that he was found, and it sounds like deceased. Unfortunately, sounds like deceased. So I'm gonna play this press conference right now.
County Sheriff's Department, I want to provide an update in our efforts to locate Johnathan. Johnathan was last seen midday, October 31st. Since that time, we've had an extensive search. Investigators and volunteers have, man, you guys have been awesome searching for Johnathan the last 2 days. I can't brag on volunteers enough and what you've done and what it means to me and what it means to the Sheriff's Department. With that being said, it's with great sadness that I'm here to announce that we have located Johnathan, and Johnathan is deceased. Buck is still with Johnathan. Buck is alive.
Aww.
He was found about 2 miles from the home. Like so many of you across our community, we're devastated, and we're devastated by this news. Johnathan was an adventurous boy, and he loved the outdoors. I ask you to be respectful to the family. This is going to be a very hard time. It's going to be a very hard time for our community. It's going to be a very hard time for the volunteer team that did an outstanding job to find John. This is this is not the outcome that we wanted to see, and we were hopeful for a positive outcome. But again, I can't thank you enough for taking your time and showing this family the support that you've done. It means more to me, and I'm sure that it means a tremendous amount to the family. Again, like I said, just be respectful of the privacy of the family. Obviously I've got to make this update and let everybody know. As far as the media is concerned, I'm not going to take any questions at this time. We've got work that we got to continue to do, and once we get a little further into that work, I will do another update to update everybody where we're at. Okay, thank you.
Found deceased, and the dog was still there. How sad is that? Now, I'm wondering, is there foul play involved? Did the Johnathan succumb just to the elements, or did the father do something?
Good, man. No, I'm gonna go outside for just a minute. I just need a minute.
So this guy, I just have found his channel today. He was out there part of the search. He's a veteran. I don't know much about him, but he's on TikTok and he's been updating people.
The rain held out. The dog stayed with him.
Yeah, that's sad, man. Magical said, I think the brother's story was true, and maybe the dog tried looking for him before reporting him missing. Oh, so you're saying like maybe no foul play?
Jesus. um, if y'all were in the live earlier this morning, I just want to say thank you all, not for me, but for Johnathan's family, for showing your support, for sharing the live, for the people that showed up because of this live. Man, this breaks my heart. Continue praying for continue praying for that family. For this community. I was blessed that I got to, under the circumstances, that I got to witness this, because when I tell you that everybody's heart was here, to see so many people caring genuinely and giving up their time and their energy and their efforts trying to find Johnathan. The law enforcement, the sheriff's department out here in Walker County, working tirelessly around the clock. You can see it in Nick's face. He just looks so defeated. And pray for the pray for the team that found him, because there's some things in this world that just shouldn't be seen, you know. I appreciate y'all. Y'all please just y'all stop sending gifts. I do appreciate it. I'm not trying to sound ungrateful. It's just, that's not what I came on here for today.
Oh shit. Check out some of these documents too, guys. There was these documents unsealed. Let me show you this. I started to read this, but then I saw, all this stuff happening, this breaking news. But there are some unsealed documents now that we have to look at it related to this. Okay, so this is one of the complaints: unlawful manufacture, destructive device. Jameson Kyle Boley, the father, did on or about the date of 12/31/2025 at or near the home address. Did Mr. Kyle Jameson Boley, who is not otherwise authorized by state or federal law to permit or a permit issued to him or her by the state fire marshal, possess precursor substances as determined in section 13A10-191 in any amount with the intent to unlawfully manufacture a destructive device or bacteriological weapon in violation of section 13A10-193. Now, the thing that's actually really interesting, there's mention of meth in this next file. So this is the part where a chemical thing is mentioned. Chem and child expectation controlled substance. So chem and child expectation, I'm not sure what that means. On or about the date of 12/31/2025, while at or near the home address, did Mr. Kyle Boley, being a responsible person to wit the father, knowingly, recklessly, or intentionally cause or permit a child to wit John and Isaac Boley had the opportunity to be exposed to ingest or inhale, or to have contact with a controlled substance, chemical substance, or drug paraphernalia defined in section 13A12-260 of the Code of Alabama, to wit methamphetamine. Chem and child expectation on or about 12/31/2025, while at or near, did Mr. Kyle Boley, being a responsible person to wit the father, knowingly, recklessly, or intentionally cause, permit a child to wit John and Isaac Boley had the opportunity to be exposed to ingest or inhale, to have contact with a controlled substance, chemical substance, or drug paraphernalia as defined, methamphetamine. So he had meth, I guess, around the house, all over the house, maybe. I don't know if that means that the child consumed it, but
I'm waiting for some of this traffic to die down. I'm hoping that I get an opportunity to go and visit with his mom for a second and just hug her if I'm allowed, because I could just imagine the immense pain that she's going through right now. Thank y'all so much for the gifts. And where do we go from here, you know?
chemical endangerment of a child.
Jesus. Yeah, hug your babies. Hug your loved ones. Just pick up the phone and call the people that you love, because you just never know. You just never know. Yes, I just seen somebody ask. The family dog Bugs was with him when they found him. He was still there with him. Never left his side.
Who, me?
Yeah, are you filming in here?
Oh, sorry.
Conference, if you're new, just joining, I can replay it. They were confirming that they did find Johnathan's body, and he was unalive.
I think they
And it was 2 miles from the house.
2 miles.
The dog was found with the body. The dog is alive and fine, but Johnathan wasn't. Yes, they have found him, and he is no longer with us, y'all. No longer with us. I can replay the press conference so y'all can watch it if you're just.
He said, "I'm just gonna call you Uncle Scrappy." Oh man. To the people that sent me all the stuff this morning, the beanies and the socks and the snacks and the everything, all the stuff that you guys sent. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, I came out here ill prepared. I wasn't planning on coming out here. It's just I just came. I just came. Give me 1 second. What's the name of your MC?
Ours?
Yeah.
Iron Angels.
The Iron Angels MC came out here.
LEMC.
LEMC came out here. What do you guys traveled? 45 minutes, an hour?
We're about 45 minutes from
They
the
came out
house
here
right
about
now.
45 minutes away, and then they saw the live this morning. They've been following. Out to some of their brothers from the club, and they headed down here as well. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful for them and the other ones and the other people that showed up today when I came on this live. I appreciate
A bunch of
y'all.
our guys from the club was here too. They were getting.
They were already here.
Just talking
Yeah.
about.
So what's the name of it again? I'm sorry. My head is just really foggy right now.
Iron Angels.
Iron Angel LEMC.
If you don't want to go home yet.
So what the hell happened? What happened? And did he not do anything to the child, or did he do something? Crazy. Found deceased. Dog stayed with him the whole time. 2 miles from the house. You know, did he succumb to the weather because it was very cold at night? Or did the father do something? Damn, man, that's crazy, dude.
To locate Johnathan. Johnathan was last seen midday, October 31st. Since that time, we've had an extensive search. Investigators and volunteers have.
Was the dad getting high in the house while the kids were out playing? I mean, the guy has bombs in the house. He has meth all over the house. Mm-hmm. And they were saying that earlier that they saw somebody come out of the woods with a boy or something. People thought that he was alive. Weird. And the night of, remember the night before Johnathan went missing, I think it was like at 3 or 4 in the morning. There was an explosion. Neighbors heard an explosion. And then at 11 o'clock that same day, he's reported missing. Or he's you know, it's hard to say. Who knows? You know?
She said I can't accept. Let me see if I can invite her. Cancel. It's probably because we got flagged earlier. I think that's the reason why. Because it says co-host with a recommended creator. Wait, it says accept co-host invitation after 14:35.
Yeah, man. I didn't have a good feeling about it, but you know, I really am wondering about the father and you know, is he involved or not? Was he just neglectful? You know, neglectful, not paying attention, bombs going off in the house, explosives all over the place, meth all over the place.
Friend. Oh, I think you're from there. You are. I see you.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Not the news we wanted. Don't you think it's just precious that that dog stayed with him? Isn't that something?
Lily in London says only 2 miles from the house, and the dog would not bark or alert when people yelling the name. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how that works. 2 miles from the house, helicopters, search people, dogs, drones.
But these guys, they've just been so professional and so helpful and so welcoming. Like the constable, he seen me in the Jeep and he was driving off and put it in reverse just to thank me for coming out here and helping with the search efforts, you know. And all the people that came out here, they've just been so. I just want to go home and hug my babies.
Oh.
I could hear that mother crying from all the way from the other side of the church.
Well, do you know if it was volunteers or officials that found him?
It was so every group that was out here had a team lead, a group leader, and every group leader and team leader was a first responder, whether they were volunteer firefighters or firefighters, EMTs, whatever. And so it was one of the groups that found them. So it was probably a combination of volunteers and other people. But it was you know, initially this morning I was talking about the radius that we're in, and then they expanded the radius out. It was the first group in that expansion. From what I understand, it was the first group from that expansion, and it was in the most treacherous of terrains out there. And I could just imagine what that was like, because where we were at, where my group went, it was bad. I mean, I've got thorns all in my my torso, my legs, my ankle, everywhere. Even I'm covered up, and there was just thorns, just and where they went to go look, they were dropped off, and they were gonna come back towards this way, and that's where they found Johnathan. Listen, I just got to speak on my faith for just a second. All morning long, I kept saying that I just wanted people to come out here to help find them. That the storm was coming, and it started raining as soon as that sheriff put out the news. Like, the rain held off.
Here's for you and the munchkin.
Thank you, love. Y'all be safe getting home, okay?
You too. Let us know.
I will. Like, literally, that it sprinkled a little bit, and then and as soon as I came outside right after this news conference, I sat in my Jeep, and it just started pouring down, and it hasn't stopped raining since. Mm-hmm. And it's not the outcome that we wanted.
I think there's two big events a shot.
He wasn't alone,
Yeah, the dog.
He was found before this rain. I'm not from this county. I'm just really amazed. I'm amazed by the people here in Walker County. Alabama sometimes gets a bad reputation, especially areas like these, because of the history that places like Walker County has, like Jasper and Coleman and places like that. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I stick out here like a sore thumb, and I am telling you that everybody here was just so nice and so welcoming and just so thankful to have anybody come out here looking for that little boy. We need more people like this community that was out here today. That's one thing that I learned. If I took anything away from here today, is the people here in Walker County, the way that this community came together looking for Johnathan, from all ages. One of the men that I was walking with today looking for him, he pulled up his shirt, and you could literally see the screws poking out of his back from the surgeries that he's had. Mm. But he was out there in the thick of it,
For those in the comments, the dog is alive. The dog stayed with him. Do we feel like this is foul play, or do you think he just got too cold?
I don't want to comment on that just because I don't know, and I rather I don't want to speculate before the family knows exactly what happened. Mm-hmm. But if I had to assume the fact that the family dog was with him and the terrain that they found him in, I don't think that they would have released that information so quickly. As the sheriff said, that Johnathan was very adventurous, and Bug stayed by his side. So I'm praying that he just went for a walk and just couldn't find his way home.
Mm. Poor baby.
There wasn't, they didn't have to search or dig for him. God put that group in the right place at the right time, and they went out there and within minutes of being dropped off where they were, they found him. So
Yeah. Gosh, I'm just so heartbroken. New Year's Eve, December 31st.
I'm sorry, I'm not even paying attention to the comments. I'm so sorry.
Did he go? No. So let me explain on that. The sheriff misspoke and said October. It's easy to do. If you go watch the latest video on my page, I done about him. I accidentally said Christmas Eve. And I commented, I meant New Year's Eve. It's easy to do. The brain just kind of like, especially if there's a lot going on. So we all know he went missing New Year's Eve. We all know that.
How were the boys that I was with, man? They were fantastic. And I got their phone numbers and I talked to mom. The two young boys that were with me, one of them was 14. I think the other one was 9 or 10 years old. And they were just, one of them said, I'm just going to call you Uncle Scrappy now, and, I'm gonna say, like somebody said in the comments, I'm gonna say that was my purpose coming out here today, was to meet those two boys. Mm-hmm. And we were out there, and the older one, he was like, as we were looking and they were taking guidance from us, like, what are we looking for? Like, what do we do? And it was a really, really cool moment. Under the circumstances, it was a really cool moment to be out there with these boys. Mm-hmm. And because initially they weren't even gonna let them go because of their age, and I told them, I said, they're with me, so they went out there with me, and one of the older boy, James, he says, we were just walking and looking, and he says, man, I hope we find Johnathan. He's like, should we call for him or whistle for the dog? I said, you can do whatever you want. If you call for him, you have to pause for a second to see if he calls back, and I'm talking to him, so we're looking for him, and they would find everything, and any little thing they want to flag it. It's like, you think this is a footprint, and it was just, it was a great lesson for them going out there, and I could see where their heart was in that moment. And James says, man, I hope that we find him. I hope we find Johnathan, and I hope he's okay. And then he says, and if he's not okay, he said, and if he's not okay, I still hope we find him so that his family could get closure. Mm. And to hear such grown words coming from such a young child, man, it's just, it's so powerful.
Yeah, that's pretty special. Very wise thoughts from such a little person.
Yeah. The sheriff out here, Nick, he needs hugs and he needs prayers. Just in the short time that I was out here, I could just see his meter was on empty. Like, I could just see it in his face when we got back. Nobody said anything, we didn't know. We speculated, but we didn't know. But you could just see it on his face. He just,
yeah.
That's
and I want everybody to say an extra special prayer for the ones that found him.
Yeah. Because
it's going to be something that they will never be able to unsee.
Exactly. It's going to be haunting, very haunting. It's something that's going to replay in their minds for the rest of their lives. This moment will replay in this community's lives and in their minds for the rest of their lives. But the people that found Johnathan, God bless them, and they need a lot of prayer, and they're going to need a lot of time for healing, because there's just some things that shouldn't be seen by us, and that's one of them. I'm gonna now that the traffic is dying down, I am gonna I'm not gonna end the live, but I am gonna go inside and no, I think I am. I'm gonna end the live here soon. I'm gonna go hang out with James and Mike, the two kids that went out there and helped me search today, and then I'm gonna try to go meet Jonathan's mom and see if she'll allow me to pray for her and her family. And I don't think I need to be on the live to do that. So
please tell her that we are all holding her and her son in our arms, and the whole entire world is loving on them right now.
I will.
And we're terribly sorry.
I sure will. I appreciate this platform. I appreciate my followers. I appreciate you being in tune with the story and following and keeping people up to date. I'm so thankful for the people that came into this live this morning and shared it out. I don't know exactly how many people came because of you all, but I'm telling you right now, there was a lot of people that showed up after this live that saw me standing out here and they were like, hey, we saw your live. We had a whole MC that came, a motorcycle club that came down here because of this live to come and help look for him. It helped out tremendously. I know at least one of the people that was in that group came because he saw the live this morning, and not to take, and I'm not saying that to take credit. I'm just expressing to everybody on here how much your support really means. That message, that post that was put out on Facebook by the sheriff's department was, Facebook is a whole different algorithm, so that was put out and only certain people see it. To be able to come on here on a live and you folks coming in and sharing this with people, it allows situations like this. It speeds up the process whenever we get, boots on the ground faster, and in turn it helps the law enforcement, the professionals, to minimize their job, because then they have more efforts out here. And because of you all, I do believe that's the reason why we were able to find Johnathan sooner than later. Not the outcome that we wanted, but he's found. He'll be able to be laid to rest.
I always say, either way, of course we want them home safe, but when I'm looking for or helping to put together pieces of missing people.
So they said he was found 2 miles from the house. This is the house right here, in a wooded area, and the dog was there. So today was day 3, I believe, of the search, and the temperatures have dropped to around, let me see, the locals would know better, but I was reading here, overnight lows dipped to around 30 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit, near or just below freezing. Daytime highs were in the 50s. I don't know. The AI doesn't think he would have died of hypothermia. I don't know much about this stuff. I don't know if it rained or not. They're going to have to do an autopsy. They really didn't say much besides he was found deceased 2 miles from the house and the dog was there, Buck. Now, those previous stories, because the sheriff had mentioned in the earlier press conference, he had said there have been stories of kids with their dogs that have traveled quite a distance. I mean, there's this one story that I was talking about earlier, Karina Chiktova in Siberia, Russia, 2014. She got lost in the woods with her dog. She was out there for 11 days. And the temperatures were 0 degrees Celsius, 32 Fahrenheit. And the dog kept her warm by cuddling at night and helping her survive on berries and river water. She got about 3.7 or 4.3 miles away from the home. When they found her, it was after 12 days, dehydrated but alive. There was another story at Jalen Thorpe in Virginia, 2008. A 3-year-old slipped out of a doggy door while his babysitter napped and wandered into the surrounding hilly wooded area with creeks, ponds, and abandoned mines. He traveled an estimated unknown but significant distance. Searchers covered miles without spotting him initially into the wilderness during the cold December night. Temperatures were -6 degrees Celsius or 20 degrees Fahrenheit. His 2 family puppies, Dipstick and Bootsy, accompanied him and huddled on either side, providing body heat to prevent hypothermia and offering companionship that likely kept him from panicking or freezing. So he was rescued after 18 hours, though. Okay. Well, it's kind of hard to say. In this one, age 3, Queensland, Australia, Aurora Kyle wandered off into the hills in dense scrub, traveled about 1.2 to 1.9 miles, almost 2 miles, getting lost during heavy rain and cold overnight temperatures, 59 degrees Fahrenheit, but feeling colder with the wet conditions. Her 17-year-old family dog, Max, stayed with her the entire time, providing warmth, protection, and a sense of security. This was about found 15 hours after. And I don't know how the search missed Johnathan for 3 days. I'm not trying to take away at all from what they were doing. I'm just saying, like, technology wise, with the helicopters, the thermal, the dogs, they couldn't get a scent. You know? Unless there's something more nefarious going on and we were all lied to. You know, the official story. Let's see what else I can find, if anything. But the father had explosives. And that's interesting because they did find the dog, even though the dog went missing from that cam on the 26th. Never seen again since the 26th. Maybe the dog was just with the kids the whole time. Dad has explosives in the house and in the surrounding area, meth all over the house, and just out in the open, apparently. Not even like having the forethought of, like, let me, you know, put my stash out of reach of the kids. Meth all over the place. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe something accidentally happened. I guess we'll have to wait for them to tell us. I mean, because everything could be true in a sense. I mean, the dad could have the explosives, could be high on meth and drugs all over the place. And Johnathan was at the the wood line, and ran off. Well, the mother wasn't there. The father had 5 days out of the year to have the kids. And so she dropped off the kids there. And so the kids were in the father's care. Crazy. Let me see if there's anything else on this. If not, then no, we'll call it for now. Horrible story.
Yes, the Buck was with him. Buck is with him. He is alive. Buck is, he stayed. He stayed.
Yeah, he was with us. He was staying with his dad for a couple of days. That's horrible, man. That is horrible. The 5 days out of the year, man, the little tiny little slither of time you have with the kids, you can't even do that right. And one of the kids ends up dead. Okay. Well, I don't see anything new, so maybe we'll call it then, I guess. All right, guys. Yeah, I guess I'm going to head out for now. Be safe. Sad news, man. Be safe. I'll be around. Oh, there was a double shooting now. And, double shooting in Arizona. Not sure what happened. Yeah, you guys stay safe. I'll be around. All right. Take care. And prayers to that family and those kids, man. It's sad. It's all those people that were searching. And, I guess we'll wait for an update to find out what happened. All right. Take care, guys. Peace. Bye. Bloop, bloop. They don't know how he passed. I mean, I don't know if they know, but they haven't said it to the public.